Yo, it's your boy CM. This is once again the Wide Right Scoreboard Show. I am bringing you the live scoreboards as they come in, or the live scores as they come in tonight. Hopefully, you guys can tune in. Waiting on a few people to join us tonight. Either way it goes. Once again, this is sponsored or brought to you by the Lone Star Gridiron Network as well. Appreciate you guys for picking us up. Once again, this is going to be a quick broadcast. We just want to bring you guys a scoreboard show tonight live. Kind of pick up some East Texas scores. But first, we're going to pick up the games that we decided to pick. If you guys follow us on the weekly wrap up show with me, Brett, and Vince, we actually do a pick 'em line or a pick 'em challenge. And if you guys haven't picked anything or would pick anything in the past, you can go in the future. You can actually go in and do a pick 'em challenge with us as well. We love your interaction with us tonight. And if you guys on social media, Twitter, you can actually follow me there. Also, a Facebook Live as well. If you guys want to chime in and help us out, you can also do that as well. But tonight we're gonna get right to it. Game of the night. Actually, game of the night, Timpson and Dangerfield. I don't know how the guys picked that game. I think I know how the guys picked that game, but nonetheless, we're gonna go to that game. Timpson flexing their muscle. Last time we checked, Timpson was up 40-22. If anybody has a final update for that game, please chime in and let us know. But Timpson, once again, Terry Bussey is clowning out there in Timpson. Those guys are doing a phenomenal job. Shout out to those guys at Timpson over Dangerfield. Nonetheless, that's a very big game for them. Biggest game possibly in East Texas thus far right now. But that is a huge game. Shout out to Timpson over Dangerfield at the moment right now. The other game of the week that possibly could have been or should have been game of the week, in my opinion, was the Lindale Van game. That's a rivalry game. We always love rivalry games, especially in East Texas, especially kids playing football. Lindale and Van crosstown, I won't say crosstown rivals, but down road, back road rivals, if you want to call it that. Let me see if we can get a score update for that game. If you guys are tuning in, please chime in and give us a score for that one. Right now, it looks like Van is trailing Lindale 30-27 currently right now. And that is in the fourth quarter. So Lindale and Van 30-27. Once again, this is not a final, but this is still going on the fourth quarter right now. A lot of the scores that we do tonight, some of those scores are still going on. So that's why we kind of wish you guys participate a little bit if you're at the game, if you're tuning in, if you're live on Facebook, got a phone in your hand, you see me on there. Hey, chime in and enter in chat. Let us know about the scores of the game as well. But right now, the latest score that I have right now for Van is 30-27 over Lindale over Van currently. So that's another big game we're watching out for. Also, Brownsboro, 35-34 over Maybank. I know Brett and Logan were calling the game in Chapel Hill. They had a score update. They also shouted out that score as well. That's another game to watch out for. Brownsboro is 2-1, trying to go 2-1 on the season. So this is a pretty big win for them. 35-34 right now. Brownsboro is almost knotted up there with Maybank. But hopefully we can get an update for that game as well. Big shout out, White House. I know you guys have actually watched the show for weekly wrap up show with me, Brett, and Vince. Once again, we actually do a poll. White House was not favored in our poll early on in the season. We didn't have much on them. White House is starting off the season 3-0. Shout out to the White House Wildcats. They're up 48-17 over Corsicana. And if you're East Texas, you know Corsicana is not having the best of years. They haven't had a decent year in some time. But it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure they'll get it together sooner or later. But shout out to White House, 48-17. Much love over here from the guys from NETsn. So hopefully we can get you guys going as well. I think we got another guest coming in. Oh, we got Vincent in the building. What's happening?
What's up, man? Sorry about the late arrival, man. You sent me two different ones. I was struggling with the first one, couldn't get it on, and I realized like, oh, he sent the second code. I was tripping. So
Hey, blame it on me. It's okay. It's a Friday night.
nah, I didn't mean to, I wasn't trying to say I was blaming on you. I
I'll
got
take
two
it.
different codes and I didn't know which one.
Hey, listen, I'll take the blame. It's all right. What we doing there? But glad that you're here. We're just going over some scores. White
Mm-hmm.
House is up 42-17. Currently 48-17 over Corsicana. And White House is going 3-0 already for the season. Looks like they'll end up winning that game. But
Mm-hmm.
3-0 for the season for White House. That's impressive. They've got some pretty good victories already, so that's a pretty good one. We
Yeah.
can see move forward. I'm gonna gloss over this one because this is not much of a game. We all picked Longview over Legacy, 69-0.
Mm.
Longview over Legacy, and
Did you hit
Longview's.
that Timpson game yet though?
Oh yeah, I got that. It was 40-22 last time I checked. I don't
Looks
know
like
if
it's 54-28. What I got final.
54-28 final. Timpson 3-0 in the year, and that's over a very, very, very good Dangerfield team. So Timpson is flexing their muscle all the way around, and
Yeah.
man, that's impressive on the end for Timpson there. Chris Blevins is tuning in once again. What's up, Chris?
What's up, Chris?
Yeah, good win tonight. I know it wasn't on the pick 'em game, but of course we're Chapel alums, so we're gonna say we're gonna shout out Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill big win or winning the last time we checked. It was 62-20. They've taken all the subs out of the game
I
and they
got
put in
69-20 now.
69-20. Okay, 69 to
Yeah.
20. I know they've taken a lot of the starters out of the game, so the subs are in. And Greenville's made a couple of touchdowns late in the game, but 69-20, they needed that win very badly.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Brisbane looked good. Everybody looked good. I think it was like what 7 different guys scored tonight for Chapel Hill. So they spread the ball around. They needed to win big time. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Coach Ridden, those guys for getting that dub. We appreciate you guys. Homecoming night as well. I don't even know who won Homecoming, King or Queen, but I'm pretty sure their family members are going to say something to me for not making an announcement. But it's either way. It's all right. What we got here, Mass Fan 815. What's up, fellas? What's up, man?
What's up, Brett?
All right, let's get this going here. All right.
Let's see here. Carlisle over ARP. I don't know if you've gone over that. That what I got here is 40-24.
40-24. Last time I checked, it was like 33-18. But that's another good dub. Carlisle's flexing their muscle this year, man.
Yeah, I tried to tell y'all about Carlisle, man.
Brett was telling us about Carlisle. I wasn't trying to pay attention to it in the beginning, but shout out to Carlisle, man, flexing that muscle. I like
it. I said this on the show, and I feel bad. I knew this was gonna bite me. That Athens game, I said from the information I had got, Athens might be a true competitor, or at least they fighting. And that score is 42-28, and I picked Russ anyway. But I knew from the information I got that Athens might be something this year.
Oh well, listen. Athens Athens competed last year. We saw that last
year. That was the thing. They competed last year, and then after Chapel Hill beat them, they just went downhill.
Yeah, they were 5-0.
They started 5-0 until they played us.
Yeah. And then they lost like 3 of the last whatever. They had a game
3
away
or
from
4 of them, I think.
So it's a tough one. But the Rusk game, Rusk is not a pushover. I picked Rusk.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so that's their first loss of the season. But hopefully, that we don't have an AP poll, but that's a good loss. Hopefully, if Athens can continue to build on and win out, that will be considered a good loss for us. I don't say a good loss is a good, but you know what I mean. But Athens is competitive. Shout out to Athens, man. They've been building something over there for a few years. I remember when Athens was really, really good as a kid growing up. And they had a good running back and everything. They always beat us in football, so I remember that. But that's a big win for them. Let's see what we got here. Liberty ILO right now is in the fourth quarter, 14-12 over Mount Pleasant. Liberty ILO once again is
knocking. Final on that as 14-12.
14-12 Liberty ILO. So those Leopards, was getting the 2-1 on the season right now. So 2 good wins. Yeah. Big opponent Mount.
Go ahead.
Oh, we got what we got here.
I got Crandall in Jacksonville. Crandall over Jacksonville right now, 28-24. Looks like that game is in the third quarter, is what it's saying, but probably just hasn't been updated yet. So,
right, and that's a win to Jacksonville. That's a win to Jacksonville. Would wish they would probably get that one. I know Crandall's always pretty tough, but that's a win that I know they would want to come out. That's going to be a dogfight to the end. Really,
Carthage and Pine Tree. It looks like there's a final on that to 20-14.
And see, listen, I told everybody. I said Pine Tree's not going to be bad. They're going to fight. I think they're on to something. Just a little. Just maybe they're a year away from being where they need to be. But I think they're building on to something. They could be okay. They
Yeah.
should be okay, should I say. I'm gonna tell you the shocker of the night. I'm gonna tell you the shocker of the night. Hallsville over Sulphur Springs.
That's what. Okay, so I was looking at that too. I chose Hallsville in that game, so I'm not shocked about it. But yeah, I know that might have been a pretty tough game. So
And I'm only saying it's shocker because of I don't think Sulphur Springs is having the best of seasons. So which is surprising. You know, Sulphur Springs
it
always good,
happens.
athletic. But
It happens.
Hallsville's having a season. So shout out to Hallsville with the 3-0. So I mean, a big shout out to Hallsville right now.
Mm-hmm.
And what 34-21. So that's a good one. That's a good vibe right now. I know this is gonna make you happy. You know, on a personal note, this is gonna make you happy. Marshall.
I was gonna
Oh,
bring it up. I was waiting for a moment to bring that up. Yeah.
yeah, Marshall over Henderson 44-7. You know, Marshall had to bounce back from that loss, but hey, you know, nonetheless, 2-1. They'll take 2-1 any day. I'll take 2-1 any day of the week. But shout out to Henderson though. They've been playing some teams and they just haven't been successful as of late. But you know, Marshall's played some teams. Listen, it's a wash. You played Longview. That's a wash. You know, it's not. Eh, eh. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, it's a wash. I'm not gonna. No, but either way it goes, shout out to Marshall getting that win. That's love there. Lumberton over Nacogdoches 52-6. I do believe Chapel Hill plays Nacogdoches next week, don't they? If I'm not mistaken. That's another decent. That's another game that they gotta. It's either a bye week or the week after. So that's a game they need to put together. So let's see what we got here. Unfortunately, Tyler High fans, Mesquite Horn 43-6
Yeah.
over Tyler.
Yeah.
With Owen,
You know, I got into an argument with
that's a
with a buddy of mine earlier about that. They were
was it who I think it is? I'm not gonna name drop. Is it who? I'm
I
not
don't
gonna name.
never I don't never name drop. I don't never name drop with people, but you know, sometimes people look at, and this is something that I've been big about when it comes to sports, and I have to remind everybody: last year is last year. I don't care how successful you were or how poor the season ended. Last year is in the past. This is a brand new season. If I lost every game last year, you best believe I'm trying to win every last one of them this year. So um, there was some talk, you know, about Mesquite Horn, and I said right now they looking good, and you know that's in the past, and they didn't really like that. They was basically reminding me I need to be afraid of Greenville, and I said, well, I mean Greenville is coming to play, but at the same time we 0-2, so we hungry. We hungry.
As you would say when you really I'm hungry.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Well, but I mean Mesquite Horn. I mean 43-6. I mean, come on, man. That's.
I mean, Mesquite Horn, they doing their thing this year. I mean, and I will say this too. Again, this is all non-district play. So when we get in district and the tension gets high, you know, things gonna change. Pressure but fight, man. So
absolutely.
You know, things could flip. Tyler High could turn around and win. They can go 5-0 in district. We don't know. You know,
and you can still get into the play. All you have to do is get in the tournament. That's all you have to do is get in the tournament.
All you got to do.
And you know,
I would fact, Corey, I think you said it last year. You said you got to get hot at the right time.
Absolutely. Let's see. What score are you referring to? What score are you referring to? But yeah, I've mentioned that before in the past about getting hot at the same time. You don't want to peak too soon. You want to peak at the right time. And I would never want to peak week 3. I would never want to play my best football at week 3. I want to play my best football week 13. You know, not playing that way. I'd love that, but week 13, yeah, but not week 3. So if it's a thing we're building, and if you're Tyler High, you know, we understand that you guys want to win. I'm still rooting for Cujo man. Tyler football is not East Texas football is not the same if Tyler doesn't have a competitive team
Well, I
versus
will say this:
Longview.
the Tyler
Longview loves
fan
footballs.
base is the same. The football is not. And again,
The colors are the same. The color schemes are the
I'm
same.
not gonna hold them all to it. Chapel Hill, what we have 69 to
Chapel Hill
20.
score. Yeah,
Man,
69 to 2. Last thing I heard. So 69-20 was the final for the Chapel Hill game.
yeah.
That's a big win for them too. Brisbane looked good. Ricky Stewart. I'm gonna say this. Listen, I'm a homer. Forgive me for being a homer. All right. Ricky
Mhm.
Stewart may be the best running back in East Texas. He doesn't picture him getting to the game.
Mhm.
Picture him getting 20 carries a game. He only gets like maybe 10 or 12.
That's all I need. That's all I need from him.
Yeah, right.
I don't have to
that's
give
all,
him more.
that's all you. If
Oh
you
no, I'm not finna. No, listen. I told you what it is about running backs for me. I'm not burning them out. I'm
if
not
you
gonna
if
burn them out.
listen, I'm telling you, if you haven't seen, I know we're homers here. If you haven't seen Ricky Stewart, you got to tune in to Texan Live and watch Brett Logan call a game. And he's number 4 for Chapel Hill. He's a real deal. They do running back by committee. So I mean, when he's in a game, you immediately notice the runs there. Everything is downhill. He is a legit runner. But we're not gonna harp on Chapel Hill. We got some more scores tonight.
Yeah,
We
we
got
got
Lufkin
to.
over A&M Consolidated. I told y'all what I tell you about. I told you about Lufkin. Told you about Lufkin.
Hey, I woke up to it. I woke up to it.
31-14.
Man, I'm trying to
Oh,
think who did I pick on this list that lost because I feel like
don't disrespect the
I may
LP.
have won every game except for this Athens game,
Yeah, I don't think I picked the Athens
and
game.
I
Yeah,
should have picked him. We'll figure it out. But
yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll definitely figure it out. Let's see who else we got here. We got Marshall over there. Let's see, we got
West Rusk versus Mineola, 39-13 is what I got with 5 minutes left in the game.
39-13. Okay.
Yeah, uh, West Rusk. It's always hard for me to say that. West Rusk.
Raiders of the West Russ. Okay.
Yeah.
The family battle, I'll call it the family battle because you always got the ties with Lindell and Van. Lindell over Van 30-27. So yeah, that's not gonna look good. That's still that Chapel Hill Lindell dogfight thing. So that's gonna be the game to watch. Let's see, we got Chris chiming in. Let's see what Chris says. Yes, Ricky, and that is not us being a homer. He's the best back in East Texas, and my nephew Quentin Greenlee is not far behind him. No, it's not. No, he's not
No,
at all.
not
Running
at all.
back by and man, I don't know what the game plan. If I'm making up numbers. I don't know if the game plan they draw. Hey, we're gonna run the ball 40, 50 times a game, and they split it between 3 backs, and and all they're really good. But like I said before, you notice when Ricky Stewart is in the game running the football.
You
That's
do.
all I'm saying.
I tell
That's
you,
all I'm
man,
saying.
he got them components I talked about it that other week, man. It just that make him stand out amongst everybody else. The thing is, he's young. Can you imagine by the time he get to his senior year what he gonna look like?
Right. All right. Now I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna harp on this for a second. While some scores are updating, the best running back in East Texas I've seen personally was Adrian Peterson, hands down. Now some of the older cats could probably, Earl Campbell. I'm not that old. Okay. The best running back I saw in East Texas personally, eyes on, was Adrian Peterson.
I didn't get a chance to actually see Adrian.
Man.
He we did play each other, but
Right.
I think he was hurt. He was hurt that year we played him, so he didn't really explode till the year after that. But
Right.
people, it's funny. Like people talk about Adrian Peterson, and they used to say like, man, like Adrian Peterson was a monster. He's in high school. He used to beat everybody. Somebody told me that one time. I said I ain't never lost Palestine. I ain't never lost Palestine, not one time.
I mean,
I love him too. He dope. He amazing.
he might have had 400 yards on the
I ain't
ground.
never lost Palestine, not one time. Not once.
Palestine tradition always had really good kickers, and then boom, Adrian Peterson came on the scene. Listen, I have family from Huntsville, and they played Palestine one year, and Adrian Peterson was at the game. I told my cousin, I said, "Hey, listen, I got to watch out for number 28. Who's number one when you see it?" Oh, I think he had like maybe 6 touchdowns in the first half.
Mm.
He was like, "Who was that man?" I said, "No, that's a high school.
I
That's not."
do remember when he exploded. I did talk to one of my coaches. He exploded the year after I graduated, and I talked to one of my coaches, and I said, "Man, who is this dude that everybody's talking about? In Palestine. Palestine ain't really been good. Like, what is going on?" And
Yeah, they won
my
state
coach
rank.
was like, "Listen, we didn't tell y'all about it because he was hurt the year we played him." He said, "But everybody knows who he was. All the coaching staff knew who he was."
Exactly. Got another score here. Kilgore
What you got?
27 over Pine Tree. That's another one. That's a big one. Told you Pine Tree's playing tough. Pine Tree's playing tough. We got Brett in the booth tonight. What's happening? You hear us?
Man, I'm a little bit tonight, guys. That was that's what you call the old-fashioned butt. I mean, it was Chapel Hill basically just did what minute of it. Man, what kind of scores y'all on these games? Did Lindale hold on?
Yeah, Lindale actually held on 30 to 27 over Van. So Lindale got that. Athens beat Rusk.
Did y'all talk about my boy yet?
Terry Bussey? No, we haven't mentioned Terry Bussey as of yet.
No.
Now you
can't that game.
You can't call him a boy. He's a grown man. That's a grown man. He's putting up. He's bringing home the bacon right now.
19 touchdowns.
Okay, you were breaking up.
Yeah. We say 19 what?
For 19 touchdowns in 3 weeks.
19 touchdowns in 3 weeks.
Yeah, responsible.
He's a touchdown magnet.
And they put the whooping down on Dangerfield tonight. Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah, I was, yeah. I mean, I know Danger. Yeah, I picked Dangerfield.
Corey,
I know I picked Dangerfield.
Van as well.
I did pick Van. I didn't want Lindale to win. I did pick Van. So I mean, but hey, we're not talking about who won. We're not talking about the pick'em stats. We're not talking about today because I'm just saying I may have gone 6-4, 7-3. I may have gone 6-4, 7-3. That's all I'm saying.
You may have. Okay.
May have. While you're here, you've seen a lot of East Texas football. Who's the best running back you've seen in East Texas?
That I've seen.
That you've seen in East Texas? Yeah.
Back in the day, I saw him play at Rose Stadium one time.
You breaking up?
I can't hear you.
Breaking up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you breaking up. Maybe put it in chat.
Let me see if hold on.
If you guys are chiming in too, I want to know who's the best running back you may have seen in East Texas. That's an interesting one too. I know, like I said, Earl Campbell probably is the greatest running back of East Texas, no doubt. Don't say Earl Campbell's not the greatest running back.
No. I was thinking of a tailback, but he ain't from East Texas. Cedric Benson.
Well, I know. I'm talking about just as East Texas.
Yeah.
That's
why I was thinking, but I was like, Cedric, that's Midland. That's Central. So
Longview's had several running backs. Jacksonville's had some. Who else? Kilgore's had some. Lufkin's had plenty. Old John Tyler had anybody's running back.
Yeah, they were all running backs.
But I'm curious though. I'm curious though. We have to put that on the site and see what comes up with that.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at here with the scores? Let's see. Quinlan Ford is leading Bullard in the fourth quarter. White Oak, so what that score is 34-28. We got Elysian Fields is down. Looks like Shelbyville is probably going to take that 36-21 over Elysian Fields. What's we got here? Got Jefferson over DeKalb 24-14. Beckville all over Harmony 51-8. That's a big
Looks
game
like
as well.
Maybank over Brownsboro 42-41.
That was a game I was waiting for. That was a game I was actually waiting for because I did pick Brownsboro.
Yeah.
I did pick Brownsboro. I cannot escape those games that just doesn't get. It's always close, but shout out to Brownsboro though. Shout out to Brownsboro. They're competing. Shout out to
You talking
Brownsboro.
about Carthage over San Antonio Cornerstone 41-0.
Yeah.
Machine.
He said the machine. East Texas speed, man. I'm not discounting. I'm not going against anything East Texas. I told y'all that. Anything East Texas, I'm not going over. It's just gonna have to be. From this point on, it's just gonna have to be.
Yeah. Also, Malakoff over Salado 29-27.
Malakoff.
Garrison loses to Warren 25-22.
Okay.
And then Bullard loses to Quinlan 34-28.
Let's see. We got Mount Vernon the Purple. I call them the Purple Tigers. If y'all don't like me calling the Purple Tigers, don't matter. I'm calling you the Purple Tigers. 42-30 over Paul Pewitt. So if that's a different score, please let me know what that score is. But 42-30 over Paul Pewitt currently. The Purple Tigers of Mount Vernon. They're still winning. So excuse me. So at this point, like I said before during the weekly wrap-up show, I said what it should happen if one of the other teams, should possibly lose. I think Mount Vernon, if Timpson lost, I think Mount Vernon should be number one. But Timpson didn't lose. Mount Vernon's still going to be number two. I still got a vote two in my book. So but I would literally pay money to see Timpson and Mount Vernon play. That's a good one.
Can you hear me again, fellas?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like that Mount Vernon and Timpson. I like that comment. I think you're giving a prediction of what you're going to vote this week, Corey. Maybe they should tune in. Maybe they should tune in to the weekly wrap-up show and find out exactly where all these teams stand.
Hey, don't put a plug in my show. No, I've been plugging all week.
Hey, so did y'all see I don't know which scores that y'all gone over, the Maybank Brownsburg game. That game interests me. It was 35-34 going in the fourth quarter. Did y'all get an update on that one?
It was 44-41 Maybank.
Yeah.
That was final?
Yeah.
Or someone from not Texas, from this part of Texas, they will say Ma Bank. It is not Ma Bank, it's Maybank.
Ma Bank.
I've heard it Ma Bank. Like, no, it's Maybank.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I'm feeling pretty good about my picks. I know Athens was a shocker, but I think that was shocked to everybody this week. Was there another game that y'all saw score that maybe y'all talked about that was a big shocker?
Not quite. Let's see. Shocker. White House is 3-0. That's a shocker.
Yeah,
they beat Sulphur Springs.
They beat Corsicana tonight. Hallsville
I'm sorry.
Sulphur Springs.
Hallsville. I'm sorry.
My apologies.
Hallsville and White House, they're on the rise.
Yeah.
That's interesting because they're in the same district, so that's an interesting district matchup coming up.
That's an interesting one. That's an interesting combination.
Both teams last year weren't very good either.
Well, I think Hallsville was a little bit better than what their record indicated. They played us tough, and they were a little bit better than what they indicated, and they played tough. So I wouldn't say they weren't. I wouldn't say they weren't that good, but
Well,
I think
but they've both
better.
improved a lot.
Yeah, Hallsville's a playoff team, and if I was in that locker room, I'd tell my kids, you're a playoff team. You got to keep playing, stay the
Hey, how
course.
about West Russ? Did y'all announce the West Russ score?
I think Vince announced the West Russ.
Yeah.
45-13. They picked up steam since that opening week loss. It's a big win for them. I've got Rusk. Rusk is tied 42-42. Athens and Rusk. That game's still going on, fellas. 3:15 left.
Okay, Vince. Vince.
That's as of 2 minutes ago. So
Okay,
another big score.
Like I said, man, I told you that information I got made me want to believe in Athens. I hated to pick against them.
You sound like you
felt
believe
it was fine because it was so random how I came across that info.
It's okay, Gordon Gecko. All right, I'm gonna call you Gordon Gecko from now on.
Whatever, man, whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying that
Commodity is information. Okay.
I came across that information and I sat there that night and I stared at that game and I was like, I feel like I'm supposed to pick Athens.
All you want to. You got to pick with your gut. What does your gut tell you?
Did you go with Athens, Vince? I know you talked.
I picked Russ. That's what I was saying. I picked Russ, but I feel like I should have been picking Athens.
That's a good choice.
What I was saying about the amount of talent they had, and like we said earlier, Athens was 5-0 until they played Chapel Hill. And then that's when they just slid downhill, and that's the mental aspect of the game. I don't think they were bad. I just think they mentally fell back into that place they were a couple of years prior.
I got a final Palestine. I'm not sure who they were playing, but it's on Twitter here. They get the win 24-18.
Yeah, Palestine beat Livingston. And Livingston beat some pretty good teams this year. So
yeah, that was one of our pick games.
Yeah. That's a good win.
A lot closer than I thought. I thought they might beat Livingston by a couple of touchdowns.
Right. So another game I was keeping track because I know the head coach at Jasper. Newton beats Jasper 20-6. So Jasper, I don't know if you guys remember that Jasper came back last week to beat Palestine. They were down by 28 points, came back to eventually end up winning 40-28. And then they got beat by a very good Newton team. Everyone knows Newton's always good. Newton beats them 20-6. So Jasper improves to 1-2. They were 1-1, but keep an eye on Jasper for the year, for sure. Tatum gets a win finally. Shout out to Tatum getting the win. They're on the board 35-28, up 35-28 over.
Nice. They were in the throwbacks tonight, the throwback jerseys tonight, I believe. Maybe they need to stick with those. Maybe it's a throwback night on the jerseys.
It's a throwback night. Keep the states on the helmets. I
gave you props on air for that. I said my boy
I heard
he predicted maybe we should keep the jerseys because they were on fire tonight. They were playing like the old team.
Keep the helmets. I'm a component of that. Keep those helmets. I like it.
Well, guys, I'm gonna jump off. Let y'all finish and wrap up. Man, y'all did a great job tonight. I appreciate y'all doing this for the network. But man, I'm happy till tomorrow at 11 a.m. and then we'll see if the happiness continues or not. If you know what I mean.
I'm predicting a good game.
Yeah. I think the spread's Alabama by 20. I think Texas is under that.
I don't care what it is. They don't know nothing.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get off. We'll see y'all.
All right. Man, so just to kind of put a pin in everything, it's getting late because we kind of running over. We typically do a 30-minute show. So once again, Timpson takes the win over Dangerfield tonight, which was probably the best game in East Texas. Timpson takes that win. Lindale over Van 30-27. We got Marshall over Henderson. Henderson's what, 1-2 or 0-3? I can't remember. 0-3.
0-3.
Yeah, they've had a tough schedule. Let's see, Hallsville over Sulphur Springs, and then of course we had Longview over Legacy, all over Legacy. Legacy didn't score. Maybank over Brownsboro. And then, of course, we had Mesquite Horn over Tyler High. And then, of course, we had Palestine over Livingston as well. And then it's still in the fourth quarter. Was 2 minutes left. Rusk and Athens. So I'm crossing my fingers that Rusk gets that win. Hopefully Russ can pull that out. If not, Athens, shout out to Athens for getting that dub. Then that means Vince, his inside sources, is right. Nothing against that. We just going back and forth. It's like we always do.
Yeah.
But if you guys don't tune in this week as well, I once again appreciate Lone Star Gridiron for bringing us on. We love it. Of course, watch the weekly wrap up show on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. or 8:30. And we're going to talk about the Pick'em line. And please, if you're not doing anything, go online and join the Pick'em. It'll be up on Monday or Tuesday. Put in your picks. We'd love to hear from you guys as well. Drop us a line. Follow me on Instagram, not Instagram, guys, Twitter, at your boy CM. And Vince there. We had a little contest going.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm not going to give you any props. We got a contest. I'm competitive.
Y'all know to follow me, man. Don't listen to this dude. Like, y'all know to follow me. At your boy. What I wanted to say was at your boy CM is a dead site. That's what I wanted to say.
It might be a dead site, but it's okay.
No more. Follow me at Prince V83.
If you any anti-Dallas Maverick, anti-49er, anti-Texas Longhorn banter, I will block you on my Twitter page. Believe you me, not tomorrow at least.
I ain't gonna block you. I'll argue with you. I got time.
I
got time.
Listen, I didn't say I was gonna immediately block you. I'm just saying I will block you after the argument. But nonetheless, let's go Longhorns tomorrow. The NFL football is back on. I don't know. We maybe do some NFL talk sometime this week or maybe Friday. I don't know. It just depends. But once again, man, we'd like to appreciate y'all for hanging out with us tonight. Enjoy your Fridays, Friday night as well. If you're on the road, listen to us, make it home safely. Stay with your family and everything else. All is good. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's your boy CM. We out.
Peace.